my God.
That's not enough. You have to create, and it has to be better than what you were disrupting. That's a lot to do with an optimistic attitude after what we've been through. So, get ready.
So, unfortunately, the call might be coming from inside the house sometimes. So you have to kind of gauge access to you and how well do you know the people? Are you roommates? Did you just meet them? How did you meet them? Did they reply to an ad? Did you meet them from a roommate matching site? Were they a referral? This is what investigators do to put the pieces together. And you're not making a case so much as maintaining your sanity. And as I'm doing this, somebody is walking past my car looking inside of it. And it's a good distance away. I'm on top of a mountain, if you can't tell. It's usually nothing. If you think you're being hacked, before you even download the tools to do the scans and so forth, just get a notebook. Okay, trust me on this. Just get a notebook. You're gonna start a log file. Very simple. Date, what it was. You may never show this to anyone. It's for you to maintain your own sanity. Email missing. Might have been nothing. Just write it down. The best one happened twice, I think, for me. And I got an admission on it. I missed an interview because I showed up an hour late. Didn't get the job, obviously, right? But I racked my brain about that. And I went back to the emails that had the times, not the invite, right? And proved it. This was when I thought it was, right? And then the invite wasn't a time zone thing. I proved that too and everything. Somebody told me, admitted to me, that they had fucked with it. Now let's talk about screenshots. You can't store them on the computer. And you can't even, I was using Dropbox, which is a good idea. But remember, it goes on your computer and then that goes to Dropbox. I got hacked and every one of my screenshots were corrupted. That's how much they wanted the evidence gone. This was not gangstalking, this was something before. But I'm telling you, it's a push of a button to someone that's sitting far, far away that gives no shits clearly about you and your well-being or your mental health. So while Dropbox is great because it moves it into the cloud, almost immediately when you take a screenshot, they can still, send a virus that makes them all corrupt. They're just picture files, right? They're just PNGs. So the second thing you need is a USB drive. And here's the thing about the USB drive, the thumb drive. Depending on how twisted your sisters are, how much they want to mess with you, you might want to take some extra steps. The biggest one, though, is disconnecting it, physically unplugging it when you're not actively putting things on there. Because remember, it's just a drive. Just like Dropbox, if it's plugged in, they can mess with it. They can also make a program or a virus or a macro or whatever, that when you plug it in, the first thing it does is look for the stuff and delete it. So you're gonna have to decide how much effort you're gonna put into this and how important those screenshots are. I printed a few of them. Not a lot of them, but I didn't have a printer either. I went and printed a few of them. They're going to court. They are being used in court. I'm just the messenger on this one. You do what you need to do to keep your peace and your sanity and to prove what happened, even if it's nothing. Even if it's nothing, because you'll feel better when you get asked. You can hand over those copies and they tell the story. You don't have to feel the anxiety of convincing someone. And that's what this is about. There are people that I care about that would not survive what I have been through. I know it. I know it. A few of them have come to me with situations even worse than this. And they are designed to create tower moments where you are ready to just fall off a cliff or not. The peace comes from that unemotional handoff of evidence, if it's even evidence. It might just be the story. It might be all nothing, right? But it's your experience, and it affected your job, my interview in one case for that day, for that job that I didn't get. And combined with the statement of the admission, hey, remember when that happened? Yeah, remember? That's you're involved in destroying that. I forgive you. You need to stop. That's the other thing. Some of the people that get involved in this, they are that delusional that they will just keep going. And some will even ask for forgiveness, talking themselves out of the severity of what they're actually doing. Some of the things are very illegal. Very illegal. And the minute something crosses the line into finance or, a bank account or any kind of thing like that, a legal document, your medical records, that's prison worthy in some cases. So my first real baseline advice is for your own sanity to keep the logbook when you feel like this has started. Offline, written. To make screenshots and to save them on an external drive or print them, and to download the tools, understand how they work, and educate yourself on the types of attacks. And then depending on your constitution for anxiety and your resources, flip the bitch around and have some fun. Set some traps. I would never do that. Just call it expediting karma. If they don't do anything to hurt you, the trap doesn't go off. Right? Some of them are very organized though. So unless you know where it's coming from, protect yourself first. This has taken not just remote for me. This has manifested in physical, to the point that, remember, every device has the ability to transmit your location. Understanding those features and those options, that's not enough. And I'm not trying to scare you. Again. But remember, we didn't ask for cameras to be on phones or phones to be on cameras as well. I'm gonna leave that there. This is a good start of something that I have wanted to start for a long time, and now legally can start, because most of my tribulations are already over, or very close. And I forgive a lot, but don't forget.